friends, today we look into growing betel leaf plant at home and look into some of the important care tips and how to propagate betel leaf plant. Betel leaf plant, also known as piper beetle or wild pepper, it's a creeper herb grown in Asia and mostly in India and Pakistan, and it belongs to Piperaceae family, that is the same family to which pepper plant belongs to. We all know it's used to make a famous dessert what we love to eat, especially in functions and weddings. It is called Paan, which is chewed with betel nut as a mouth freshener. This is also used in various rituals and poojas in India. It is also a medicinal herbal plant used for cough and cold. This is a perennial herb and it is also grown in Thailand, Indonesia and Vietnam as well. Then growing betel leaf plant is not so difficult, but you need to be aware of some of its requirements. The betel plant or Paan plant can be grown in containers, in a balcony and even indoors in partial sunlight. You can also grow this plant in hanging pots. You can see this betel plant, I've got this from nursery 2 months back. This was not in healthy condition with pale colored leaves and not really looking fresh and healthy. Now after applying some care tips, I got this present day plant that is healthy with lush green leaves, and in fact I tasted the Paan dessert made out of this leaf and it's really tasty. Well, now let's talk about the care tips of betel leaf plant. The first thing is the planting season. It should be ideally planted in spring and early summer, but in tropical countries like India it can be planted any time of the year. Then secondly, talking about the growing habits of this betel plant, it's basically a creeper and a perennial plant that grows throughout the year and for many years. It has heart-shaped green leaves and it can be either trained to grow as a creeper by offering support sticks and strings, or it can also be grown as a ground cover. Then the soil requirement, you can use any well-drained, nutrient-rich soil for best results. And also here, remember to choose a deeper container if you're growing in a pot, because it needs to have a well-developed root system to grow healthy. Then the sunlight requirement, keep it in a partial shady spot in your garden. Do not provide too much sunlight, that is direct sunlight to this plant. But this plant prefers a hot and humid climate for its growth. And then the next requirement is watering requirement. It prefers a damp soil but not soggy soil. So daily watering is required. And regarding pruning, we keep plucking the betel leaves from the bottom parts of the plant for promoting its growth. Then fertilizers, you can feed them occasionally, like once in a couple of months. You can provide a nitrogen rich fertilizer like the decomposed cow dung or any compost like vermicompost after raking or tilling the topsoil. Do not use chemical fertilizers. Now coming to the pest control. Sometimes it might be infested with pests like red mite, for which you can use neem oil plus liquid soap mix spray. Also, if overwatering is done or in rainy seasons, it's prone to fungal attacks, that is fungus. Pull off any infected leaves or branches to protect the plant in this situation. And one more point is, you can propagate betel leaf plants from stem cuttings, either in water or in soil. I would love to experiment with the cuttings once my betel plant grows a little bigger, and we'll try to make a separate video on its propagation and its results. So there we have it, folks. That was a quick episode on betel leaf plant growing at home. If you have some more tips, please suggest them in the comment section below the video, and also give a thumbs up if you like the video, and consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. Happy gardening!